CBS2 News starts now.
Good morning and welcome to CBS2 News this midday. This is a live look at Bogus Basin where people are enjoying over 7 inches of fresh powder received overnight, and they've seen about 18 inches in the last 48 hours. Quite impressive. They're going to continue to see some scattered snow today, and they will it'll linger off a little bit throughout the day, but it'll obviously continue to pick up. As I mentioned earlier in our newscast, we're going to continue to see some scattered showers throughout the week. Now here's a look at downtown Boise. We're just cloudy right now, but that is going to be, we're going to be seeing some scattered showers here as well throughout the day today. Now here is a look at Indian Creek Plaza this morning and some current temperatures out there right now. It's 43 in Boise, 44 in Nampa, 47 in Ontario, 40 degrees in Mountain Home, and 31 degrees in McCall. Now here's a look at some snowfall totals from the last 24 to 48 hours. As I mentioned, Bogus Basin has seen 18 inches of snow, Brundage 23 inches, Tamarack 30 inches of snow, Sun Valley has seen 4, Pomerelle has seen 10, and Jackson Hole has seen 8, and that's within the last 24 to 48 hours, and they'll continue to see some scattered snow showers throughout the higher elevations throughout the day today and tomorrow. Now here's a look at wind speeds right now. We saw some real gusty winds over the weekend, but they have died down. They were seeing some moderate winds right now. 12-mile-per-hour winds in Boise, 8 in Ontario, 6 in Baker City, 7 in McCall, 8 in Sun Valley, 5 in Twin Falls, and 20 in Pocatello. Now here's a look at clouds and radar. As I mentioned, it's going to see some scattered showers throughout the area today. We're seeing some actual rain happening just to the south and east, and Mountain Home and Elmore counties getting some snow showers. But overall, throughout the day today, expect to see some scattered showers out there. Now here's a look at our next weather maker. We're going to see those scattered rain showers today with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. We'll see dry conditions here in the valley tomorrow and Wednesday, dry in the mountains on Wednesday. And then we'll see that next storm system move through the area on Thursday and bring with it valley rain and mountain snow. We'll see that here on Thursday in the valley and in the mountains Thursday and Friday. Well, beginning today, Linder Road between Lake Hazel and Columbia will be closed. Crews will be doing pressurized irrigation work on that stretch of road. It's expected that the work will be completed by this Friday, the 21st of March. And all lanes are closed on State Highway 21 between Grand Jean and Banner Summit due to major avalanche danger. The Idaho Transportation Department will reassess the conditions at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Until then, the highway remains closed until further notice. In a landslide closing all lanes of Highway 95 between Council and New Meadows, the landslide collapsing a portion of the highway between Glendale and Pine Ridge around milepost 146.5 south of Tamarack Mill. Only local traffic is permitted between Council and Glendale and New Meadows and Pine Ridge. No detour exists to bypass the slide area. All regional traffic is encouraged to use State Highway 55 as an alternate route. A Boise man now behind bars after 2 reports of shots fired in the area of 5 Mile and Ustick Road. Boise police say around 9:30 on Saturday night, the suspect firing shots from a vehicle hitting the window of a home near the 11,000 block of Glenrod Avenue around 9:30 p.m. No injuries were reported, and just before 10 p.m., another report of shots fired from the 9,000 block of Lancelot Avenue. Witnesses describe the suspect in a dark hooded sweatshirt driving a maroon or burgundy sedan firing shots toward a home. No injuries or damage was reported. At around 10:45 p.m., officers were dispatched to the 8,000 block of Morning Mist Court after receiving a report of a suspicious suspect and vehicle. Now identified as 21-year-old Joshua Piera of Boise, officers identified him and searched the vehicle and revealed bullet holes and on the windshield and a firearm, evidence suggesting he approached the home, rang a doorbell, and attempted to open the door. The evidence also indicating Pierre was under the influence of alcohol. After an investigation, he was booked into the Ada County Jail on 2 felony counts of unlawful discharge of a weapon at a house and misdemeanor driving under the influence. Continuing our coverage of the University of Idaho murder case, a dramatic 911 call made by a surviving roommate of 4 University of Idaho students murdered more than 2 years ago, now revealed. You can hear the woman frantically explain that something terrible has happened. And we want to warn you, some viewers might find what you're about to hear disturbing.
911 location of your emergency.
Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency?
1122.
Panicked conversations between 2 surviving roommates revealed in recently released text messages and a 911 transcript. 2 of the roommates writing to each other about a masked man dressed in black in the house around the time police believed the victims were being murdered. The exchange taking place nearly 8 hours before the roommates called 911 to report one of the victims being unconscious at the residence. According to CNN, the group of friends had gone out into the college town and returned to their shared home late the next day. Police found 4 students slaughtered inside with no force of entry or damage. The murders leading to months of investigation from the police until they tracked and arrested Brian Kohberger. Kohberger pleading not guilty to first-degree murder of Ethan Chapin, Dana Cornoto, Madison Mulligan, and Kaylee Gonzalez. The trial starts August 11th and could last over 3 months. With a transcript of the 911 call, the Gonzalez family posting to their Facebook page, the family describing the transcript as a, quote, jagged and unvarnished truth that no camera could capture. For the full statement, you can check it out on idahonews.com. Coming up, we will have the latest on the devastating storms moving across the country. And it's time for our question of the day. But first, let's look at yesterday's question, or I should say Friday's question. Nearly 10,000 people in America are injured every year by this. What was the answer? Well, the answer was a musical instrument. I'm just as confused as you are. Now, for today's question, in a recent survey, 66% of adults aged 18 to 27 were unable to identify this car.
This is CBS2 News Midday.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 11:10. At least 39 people are dead after a mix of severe weather across the country. Residents across the country now left dealing with the aftermath.
After the sirens went off, I come out just to see what's going on. I went back in and said, "Hun, it's not good."
In Arkansas, an outbreak of tornadoes left behind miles of damage. The governor saying recovery could take months. Meanwhile, in Missouri, residents are now turning to one another after twisters ravaged the state.
Members of the community have just been great. They've been coming in and bringing stuff all day long, and we're filling the church building up, so we're going to have it open and ready for anybody that needs something.
The destruction is part of the same storm system that also fueled wildfires in Oklahoma and major dust storms in Texas and Kansas. The weather system is getting weaker but still moving today. Forecasters say there are dangerous winds from Florida up to New Jersey, while New York and New England can expect heavy rain. An audit that was supposed to have a hearing in California 5 years ago is now being discussed to address concerns about emergency preparedness efforts in 3 counties and the state. Carl Cook from our sister station in Fresno, California, looks at the specifics in the report and how it connects to the recent fires in Los Angeles County.
A hearing 5 years in the making is finally being discussed. The California State Assembly Judiciary Committee had their weekly meeting to talk about an audit that was released back in 2019. The original meeting was scheduled for 2020, but was canceled due to COVID. The audit looked to address some issues related to the state failing to provide necessary resources for planning in 3 counties that didn't have resources to help residents in an emergency: Butte, Sonoma, and Ventura.
And so the conclusion that the state auditor came to was that the counties had not done enough to prepare, to help help those populations. Specifically, they did not have updated emergency plans that included they hadn't done assessments of who in the county would need, special assistance evacuating. They didn't use all the available technology to send out alerts.
The reasoning for the assessments date back to 3 wildfires that happened in all 3 counties. In 2017, Ventura County dealt with the Thomas Fire, which burned nearly 300,000 acres. That same year, the Tubbs Fire hit Sonoma County, totaling 36,000 acres burned, and in 2018, the Camp Fire in Butte County burned 153,000 acres. According to research done by the National Fire Protection Association, all 3 fires were some of the deadliest and costliest in the state's history. Costs that could have been cheaper if more was done to mitigate the issue.
I think, based on the audit, based on a prior story I did about, the cost of not doing mitigation, I think that is a concern. It does cost more to do all this disaster recovery, to do this cleanup work versus doing the mitigation work in the first place. We entered this year with the governor's proposal and everything was pretty much balanced, but then we had the wildfires and suddenly the budget picture is completely unclear.
When breaking down the financial impacts, the Camp Fire cost over $12 billion in damages. The Tubbs Fire is right behind at $11 billion, and the Thomas Fire was just over $3 billion. But sitting at the top of this is the recent fires in Los Angeles County costing $40 billion, who have the issues of their own. This is something Assemblymember John Harabedian talked about during the hearing. Although the damage has already been done and recovery continues, he discussed new bills that could help people in the affected areas recover, like providing mortgage forbearance for homeowners.
Wildfire recovery is a long process. Short-term relief is not enough. AB 238 provides clear, accessible support to prevent financial ruin and ensure communities have the stability they need to rebuild.
A process the Assemblymember hopes doesn't have to fall back on both taxpayers and homeowners.
Today, I ask you to stand with me and allow me and us to continue working with stakeholders to deliver this critical relief.
All right, let's take a live look outside. You're looking at Tamarack Ski Resort this morning, where they have seen, just looking at their website now, 32 inches of snow in the past 48 hours. And we will continue to see some scattered snow showers throughout the day there in Tamarack and across the mountains. So you're going to continue to see some wet weather up in the higher elevations, and we'll continue to see some scattered showers through portions of the lower and upper Treasure Valley. But here's a look across the Gem State this morning. We're looking like they're getting a couple of showers up there in Bogus Basin and Tamarack, but we're looking clear as we look from on top of our CBS2 studios, clear as far as precipitation is concerned, but we are seeing an overcast day out there. Let's take a look at currents out there right now. We're going to see some cloudy skies out there with a temperature right now of 43 degrees. The winds are coming from the southeast at 11 miles an hour. That dew point is 36 degrees, and it feels like 37 degrees outside, so it feels a little cooler than that air temperature of 43 degrees. Now here's a look at other temperatures across the region. We're 30 in Stanley, 34 in Sun Valley, 31 in McCall, 34 in Baker City, 47 in Ontario, 44 in Caldwell, and 40 degrees for our friends in Mountain Home. Now here's a look at our projected high temperatures for today. We'll see a high of 49 in Nampa, 51 in Caldwell, 54 in Ontario, 43 in Baker City, 52 in Harper, 47 in Burns, and we'll see 48 degrees in Mountain Home. We'll see lows tonight in the 20s and teens in some places, as well as 30s. We'll see 28 degrees in Twin Falls, 31 in Mountain Home, 11 in Stanley, 19 in Sun Valley, and 15 degrees in McCall. Now here's a look at our next weather maker. We're in the midst of a low pressure system that has been bringing us all of this wet weather over the last couple of days, and it will be responsible for those scattered showers today. But as that moves out, we'll get a break from that wet weather tomorrow here in the valley, as well as Wednesday. But we will continue to see some wet weather up in the higher elevations as that jet stream and low pressure system move through the area. So we're going to get a break here in the valley, but mountain will still continue to see some scattered snow showers throughout the day tomorrow. And I'll go over that here in our 7-day forecast in just a second. But as I mentioned, we're going to see that nice day. But as that nice day wraps up on Wednesday, we will see storms return into the forecast on Thursday, bringing with it mountain snow and valley rain. And we will continue to see some possible accumulation in the higher elevations as well on the day on Friday. So we'll continue to monitor that low pressure system, and we'll keep you updated on how that storm will progress. Now, let's take a look at our extended forecast for the Treasure Valley. Today, St. Patrick's Day, is going to be scattered rain showers. We'll see a high of 51 degrees. We'll get down to 38 tonight, 46 and partly cloudy tomorrow, partly cloudy and 52 on Wednesday. Those shower chance on Thursday are in the forecast, 50 degrees. We'll see mostly cloudy on Friday and a partly cloudy weekend. Then for our friends in the mountains, we will see a rain snow mix today in the mountains with a high of 37, snow showers tomorrow. Partly cloudy Wednesday, a chance of snow on Thursday. We might see something on Friday, but overall mostly cloudy, and we'll see snow in the forecast again on Saturday with a mostly cloudy Sunday.
And understand that the people who do play wheelchair basketball are amazing athletes.
A basketball tournament that's changing the game and proving adaptive athletes are some of the best on the court.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
How would you like to experience extreme comfort while sitting? Well, now you can. Whether it's at home, work, or in the car, Serene Sits will give you that much needed comfort and relief that you need. This was designed as an orthopedic seat cushion. It's made with advanced memory foam technology, and it adapts to the contours of your body. It has this innovative W-shaped design that relieves pressure, and it also promotes proper spinal alignment. It's lightweight and portable, so you can take this anywhere that you go. I bring mine to all of my kids' sporting events. And what I love is it has a removable cover, so if it gets dirty, you can just throw it right in the washing machine. And the back of it, you can see that it has a slip-resistant bottom. This is great, especially for me on those metal benches at the games. I don't have to worry about the cushion sliding out from under me. It's gonna stay right where I put it. And guys, this has honestly been a game changer for my husband who has lower back issues. He does not sit in the car without his Serene Sets. And right now, we're offering 38% off the Serene Sets. So head on over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer and experience true relief.
Here's a look at your adventure cast for Twin Falls. We'll see some snow showers today with a high of 44. We'll see clear conditions tonight with a low of 28. And we'll see a mostly cloudy day tomorrow with a high of 40. A basketball tournament with a twist. Athletes of all abilities hitting the court for an intense and inclusive competition. Andrew Vincent explains how this event is bringing the community together.
Well, this isn't just any basketball tournament. Every player is competing on wheels. Whether they have a disability or not, teams are coming to showcase skill, speed, and a new perspective on the game. For these athletes, the game is played on wheels, but the intensity, skill, and passion are just as strong.
This is our Chair Hoops wheelchair basketball tournament, which supports the adaptive recreation program called Adventure.
The annual tournament invites people of all abilities to take part, whether they're seasoned players or trying it for the first time.
It's just a wheelchair basketball tournament that just tries to get the public involved in it so that they learn about adaptive sports. So this one's not a competitive tournament. It's about having fun and trying a different sport out.
But while the tournament is focused on fun, it's also changing the way people see adaptive sports.
People have a perception of wheelchair basketball like it's going to be kind of a non-contact sport and kind of, you know, not real competitive. And it's out here just kind of teaching people the right way to play and showing that it's a high-end sport.
For many of the first-time players, the experience is humbling.
I like that people who've never played wheelchair basketball try it out. There's a lot of laughter. there's a lot of respect for people who do play wheelchair basketball, because they end up saying, that was really hard. That basket's really far up there. And so it's really neat to see the public experience that and understand that the people who do play wheelchair basketball are amazing athletes.
From fast breaks to physical play, the game has all the elements of traditional basketball with a unique challenge.
The three-point line's the same here in the States as in college. 10-foot hoops, contact. People are strapped in because they're falling over, and you got to get right back up. So it's a good time.
And it's not just about the game, it's about community.
It's awesome. There's people out there pushing. A lot of people haven't been in the chairs before, so they're just pushing around, running into each other and just having a good time. Like you said, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but they're, running into each other, having a good time, and it's a good way to meet people and get the word of the sport out there.
Well, Boise State's basketball team not making it to the big dance this year. The Broncos losing to the Colorado State Rams 69-56. During the selection show, Boise State among the first 4 out, or the 4 teams that almost made the tournament. While they are down, they are not done yet. The Broncos are set to play in the Crown at the MGM Garden Arena in Las Vegas. They play George Washington at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday, March 31st on FS1. Now it's time for our question of the day. In a recent survey, 66% of adults aged 18 to 27 were unable to identify this part of the car. Well, what is it? The car battery. That's interesting. Here's a look outside again, and our next newscast is today at 4, and we'll continue to update you with your local news and weather on idahonews.com. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Take the news with you on the radio. News Talk KBOI. And for news and information 24 hours a day, click on idahonews.com. Watch for our next local newscast on CBS2, today at 4. Connect with CBS2 for your local news and weather on idahonews.com.